What you're watching unfold right now isn't random, and it isn't accidental, it's structured. Over time, the foundation that once supported stability, independence, and upward movement has been systematically reshaped into something else entirely. The middle ground, the place where most people lived, worked, built families, and felt secure, has been hollowed out. Not overnight, not in a way that set off alarms, but slowly, strategically, in ways that felt like just how things are now. Wages stopped keeping up, while costs didn't just rise, they accelerated. Housing, healthcare, food, education, every essential pillar became heavier, while the ability to carry that weight got weaker, and people adapted, because that's what people do. They adjusted expectations, normalized stress, and kept pushing forward, even as the ground beneath them kept shifting. But here's where it gets sharper. This isn't just about money, it's about leverage. When people are financially stretched, they're easier to control, easier to divide, and less likely to push back. Survival mode doesn't leave room for questioning systems. It forces focus on getting through the day. And while people are busy trying to stay afloat, larger structural changes happen quietly in the background. Policies shift, systems tighten, and power consolidates, not in obvious headline-grabbing ways, but in subtle adjustments that compound over time. The result is a population that feels the pressure but can't always pinpoint where it's coming from, which creates frustration without clear direction. At the same time, division becomes a tool, not a side effect, a tool. People are encouraged to look sideways at each other instead of upward at systems. Differences get amplified, conflicts get spotlighted, and narratives are shaped to keep attention fragmented. Because a divided population is predictable. It argues internally, it burns energy on surface-level conflicts, and it rarely unifies long enough to challenge the bigger picture. And while all of that noise is happening, the structural reality underneath continues to solidify. The real shift is this: independence is being replaced with dependence. Where people once had room to operate, to build, to move upward, they now find themselves navigating systems they can't opt out of. Whether it's debt, employment structures, or access to basic needs, the margin for true independence keeps shrinking. And that's not something most people consciously agreed to. It's something that developed over time, piece by piece, until it became the default reality. What makes this especially effective is how normalized it all feels. When something changes slowly enough, it doesn't feel like a disruption, it feels like evolution. People compare their situation to others around them instead of to what used to be, and that keeps expectations lowered without realizing it. The system doesn't need everyone to agree with it, it just needs enough people to accept it as unavoidable, and that's the core of it. This isn't about collapse, it's about transformation, a shift from a system that once promoted growth and independence into one that prioritizes control, predictability, and managed outcomes. It doesn't announce itself, it doesn't need to. It builds quietly, reinforces itself, and relies on the fact that most people are too busy, too divided, or too exhausted to step back and see the full structure for what it is.